Okay, now we're looking at the January 2020 past paper, and previously I looked at some tips, my own personal tips and so on in managing your time. And I said we're going to actually start doing the questions, but before we actually start doing question 1, let's take 10 minutes to read over the paper itself. They say that when you're going to start the paper, you have 10 minutes to write up your information and read over. Alright, so this clock here is saying 9:21. If we use 7 minutes, 3 minutes to write up and 7 minutes to read, so it's 9:21. Let's see if we can go on until 9:28. Alright, until 9:28. So question 10, let's see how much we can read over between 9:21 and 9:28. It's question 10. You look at question 10 and it says the transformation. It's a vector and matrix question. It maps R onto R prime, shown in the diagram below. So it maps R onto R prime. What they're saying is that you should determine the value of P and Q. So the value of P and Q, okay, that's matrices and transformation. Describe fully the transformation M, and then PQ. PQRS is a parallelogram in which PQ is U and PS is V. M is a midpoint. No, M is a point on QS, okay, such that QM to MS is 1 to 2. Alright, you get the point. Write in terms of U and V an expression for QS, QM, and show that MR is that, T is the midpoint on PQ. Prove that R, M, and T are collinear. Alright, so that was question 10. Let's look at what question 9 is saying. So question 9. Okay, it's a geometry and trigonometry question. You have the circle, okay, the angles. Write down the mathematical names of the straight lines, okay, BC and OA, okay. Determine the value of each of the angles. Show detail working where necessary and the reason why. Then you have a bearings question. Calculate the angle W. Alright, so you see that. Determine the bearing of P from Q and the distance P, the distance RP. The bearing of P from Q and the distance RP. Okay, that's question 9. Let's see what question 8 says. You must solve this pair of simultaneous equation. Okay, solve this pair of simultaneous equations. Not the ordinary simultaneous equation, because one of them is quadratic. Then function f is defined as that. Express f in terms of x 8 plus h squared plus k. State the minimum value of f of x and determine the equation of the axis of symmetry. Okay, then you have a velocity time graph for the seconds. You have 3 stages of the journey. Determine the acceleration at each stage. Okay, that's question 8. Question 7, you have a sequence of figures made up of stars, dots and sticks of different lengths. Okay, good. And I guess you must show the next figure in the sequence. Oh, it says each row relates to the figure in the sequence above. Some rows have not been included in the table, so you must fill in the missing rows and you must come up with some formula. Determine the total number of dots. Okay, determine the total number of dots. So that was question, that was what? Question 7. Let's see what question 6 is saying. So, okay, it's really tight, like measurements question. You have circles that fit exactly in the rectangle. You show that the area of the rectangle is so and so. All right. Calculate the area of a shaded region, and then you have to calculate some angle here in this triangle. Okay, you probably would have to use the sine and cosine rule there. So that was question 6. Question 5. You have cumulative frequency curve. So that's statistics. Alright, you have statistics for question 5. Now, you have 9:28. So I assume that you would use the first 3 minutes of the first 10 minutes to write up your forms, and then you use 7 minutes to read over some of these questions and get an idea what's to come later. Alright, and it's now 9:28 according to this clock, from 9:21 when we started, and then you're ready to start question 1. Alright, now I had said we're going to actually start answering the questions, but since we had that many minutes in this video, what we'll do is just break from this and start the next video with actually answering question 1. Alright, so I will see you then.